What if fear isn't the enemy, but the invitation? What if that flutter in your chest, that lump in your throat, that shaky hand holding the pen is just proof that you care? I used to think that I had to wait until I felt confident to take action, to launch the offer, publish the book, or even just show my face. But lately I've learned something very, very liberating. Courage doesn't come before action. It shows up right when you do it afraid. Hey, yeah. Welcome back to the Dressing Gown Diaries, where we keep it comfy, chaotic, and just a tiny little bit confessional. Today's episode is all about that moment when fear tries to boss you around and you decide to move anyway. Because, let's be real, fear never really goes away now, does it? It just gets quieter when you start walking through it. It gets less powerful the more you do it. When I launched my first product line, my first product even, because I'm still working on my first product line, I was absolutely terrified. It was an irrational fear, a fear I've never felt before. But it shook me right to my core. Whenever I shared my poetry, especially the first time, my hands were shaking so bad on the stage that I almost decided not to do it. I almost decided to just stop. But that would have been more humiliating than carrying on. And the more I performed on stage, the more excited I got about it. The fear didn't go, it was still there in the background, but the more excited I was to do it. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Doing it scared, messy, while you're trembling, while you're sweating. Doing it anyway. So, grab a drink. This is my favourite for today. I just love me a Purdy's. Get yourself a drink and we'll get to it. So here's the truth. Everyone wants to grow up, but no one wants to talk about the growing pains. You think courage feels like calm, but sometimes it feels like chaos with a heartbeat. When I started my company, Find Your Zen UK, I had no backup plan, just a few notes on a bit of paper and the skeleton of a business plan, and a whole load of faith, purpose, and a dream that kept me up at night. And every single move, from pressing publish to showing up on camera, felt like walking through fog. But every time I did it, I built trust in myself. Not because it was easy, but because it was real, it was heartfelt, it was my truth, it was authentic. Fear is not a stop sign, it's actually a signal. It means you're standing at the edge of something worth doing. And the more you move through that edge, the stronger you get. And that's how I built my business, my confidence, and honestly, my peace of mind. Not by waiting for the fear to stop, not by waiting for it to leave at the back door, but by learning to walk hand in hand with it. When fear knocks, open the door and invite her to sit down. Pour her a cup of tea. Ask what she came here to teach you. Ask fear what it wants. That's how I learned to stop fighting fear and start listening to it, because most of the time she's not trying to stop you. She's trying to prepare you. And sometimes it's a signal for a break, not a signal to stop. So, let's take a breath. Welcome inside my writer's corner. I'm going to read you a poem from my book, because I've decided that I'm not going to let fear stop me from sharing my writing. So here goes. This is part of the diaries where I trade business for a little bit of beauty and noise for a little bit of nuance. So here goes. Let me just grab my book. I'm going to read you a poem. Passionless. Her body lies helpless and cold. No life in her eyes or limbs. Water has taken her over. Her hair is tangled and worn, and years of desperation have taken their toll. The reeds of the river offer no comfort as it flows into the unknown. At least she is as free as the cycles of life that rise and fall. With the dawn, another atom is destroyed by the sound of her voice. Decisions, decisions. Which one will it be? I struggle with the anonymous, hidden within myself. Amongst my treasures, what have I found? Sun, swoon, twinkle, swirl around. This time your beckoning has not fallen on deaf ears. She sleeps but no longer breathes. Her blood is black beneath her skin. The stream of her existence trickles into the inevitability, meeting the sea of passion, which is now a distant memory. That one was about my beloved mother, who died in 2007. It's funny how poetry pulls out things you think you've forgotten, doesn't it? You know? Lately I've been thinking about how courage doesn't always roar. Courage quite often whispers in your ear, taps you gently on your shoulder. Sometimes it's just the quiet decision to try again, to write the next line, post the next piece, send the next email, even when your voice shakes. I've learned that healing and bravery often live in the same moment. Because when you move with fear instead of against it, you start to build trust. Not in the outcome, but in yourself. And that trust is freedom. It's pure freedom. Do it afraid, with trembling hands, with a voice that cracks, with knees that knock beneath your courage. Do it before you're ready. Because readiness is a myth. And fear is a mirror, reflecting every dream you've buried. beneath the word someday. Now it's your turn. What's something you've been putting off because fear told you to wait? Write it down. Then underneath it, write one small step you can take today, scared or not. Hey.
Hey, sorry about that.
It's alright. I'm good, you?
Yeah. Just playing some football at work.
Oh, fair enough. Why not get your activity in there?
Yeah. That's funny.
He's upstairs because I'm recording my diaries.
You jump in the shower.
Alright, darling.
Yeah, you got the notes on the screen?
Yeah?
Wow.
Teleprompter?
I see it moving like that. That's pretty cool.
Cheers. So that's today's moment inside the writer's corner. A little softness, a little soul, and a reminder that courage isn't loud. Courage is consistent. So if you're listening and you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. Do it afraid. Launch it afraid. Speak it afraid. Because your fear doesn't disqualify you. It proves you're expanding. Every powerful person that you admire has started somewhere shaky. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your nerves. And proud of your bravery. Because you're doing the damn thing. And that's worth celebrating. So, I got myself a new oracle deck called the Witching Hour. Ooh, the Witching Hour Oracle. And I absolutely love it. The imagery is perfect. So, let's pull a card from this brand new oracle. I've already cleansed it. And I've been looking forward to sharing a reading from it. So here goes. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. What's the vibe today? What does the universe have to tell us today about fear? And those who dare to jump head first into their goals and dreams. And here we have respecting spirit. There is absolutely no doubt that art is spiritual. So what does the little book have to say? It's a brand new deck, flying from the seat of my pants here. The spirits, your ancestors, spirit guides, animal teachers, star beings, and your entire support team are doing so much for you that the mind can't comprehend. Their incredible community of support is moving obstacles out of your path that you didn't even know were there. They are positioning people who can help you before you know you need help. They're sending you nudges to be warned or to encourage you to take a leap. And they are available to you at any time, any day. And for all they do, They deserve the utmost love and respect. The spirits need to be respected the way you would your elders. You wouldn't go to your grandmother just because you need money, but ignore her the rest of the time. The same is true for your cosmic team. This card is about respecting spirit and living a spiritually led life. Doing the work of checking in with your higher self before making decisions. Listening to the guidance being offered. Acting upon that guidance when it is given and calling on spirit every day. And not just in emergencies. The spirits have perspectives that you cannot begin to understand, and useful advice that can make all the difference in your life. This card is an invitation to dig deeper into your spiritual practice, to turn inward, disregard the noise of everyday life, and lean on the support that is available to you. The more you listen, the more you'll have. The more you listen, the more you'll learn. The more you nourish these relationships, the easier it becomes for them to show up for you. Additionally, this card guides you to use your heart, not your logic, to make decisions. Not a bad little deck, eh? I quite like that. It's quite deep. Wasn't expecting to be deep. As deep as it was. So, before you go, let me ask you something. Do you trust your intuition? Do you? Because the answers you seek rarely shout. They are quiet little nudges you feel inside your soul. And if you've been feeling the nudge to slow down, realign and reconnect, this is your sign. When you join my VIP list, you're stepping into a circle where luxury meets intuition. A quiet space for reflection, ritual and rebirth. As a VIP, you'll get first access to my new spiritual offerings, my soaps, candles, soulful rituals, and you'll also get exclusive insider invites and special rewards. What are you waiting for? Sign up, become a VIP, because that's how I roll. Real ones don't just scroll by, they walk with me. So click the link in the description to join the VIP list and begin your journey into mindful magic. I'm Yema, writer, poet, modern mystic, and certified life coach. And this has been Dressing Gown Diaries. Till next time, stay soft. Stay strong, and if all else fails, light a candle, lather up, and remind yourself that you deserve nice things too. Peace.